Okay, so understand that there is good and healthy stress, and then there is not so healthy stress. There is, oh God, she's a headache stress. And that's obviously not what you want. You want to be remembered as a good stress. You want to activate and grow his testosterone and vasopressin bond to you rather than creating a conditioned response of, oh God, she's around again, I have a headache kind of response. Let me give an example, okay? A guy was telling me one time about a situation where he left something far away that he really needed, and he was kind of stuck in a bind over it. But when he told the lady that he was dating at the time about the issue, she like jumped in and tried to give him a solution and, offered to do the distance and bring him this thing that he left back at home. Well, when he was explaining the situation to me, he was playfully saying, oh yeah, she offered to bring it to me, something that you would never do. And I was like, oh yeah, you're so right, I wouldn't. Because he knows me, and he knows that I just let men be men. I don't ever try to give solutions to men. I don't try to jump in and save the day and be the hero and solve men's problems. I just let men be men and figure out what they need to do in order to solve their own problems. Now, if I have a problem, I have no issue telling a man about it and allowing him to give me advice and a solution over it. But there's a lot of women who are just jumping in and saving the day for these men. And sometimes men are not even aware of this, especially if they've been trained to be very coddled. But they actually don't appreciate that. That's actually kind of a turnoff to them. But I am very, very feminine, and it's not even a first initial reaction or instinct for me to jump in and try to solve a problem. I can obviously offer suggestions. I know when appropriate time to do that is, but otherwise I am very, very feminine, and it's just not my instinct to help a man and solve his problems. So another way that you can stress him out and grow that bond with you is by presenting him with, maybe you're having maybe you're feeling really disconnected from him, and you're having like a relational problem. So then you could present him with that issue in the right container, obviously, and then come up with a solution and communicate the resolution together. So coming to a conclusion together, letting him lead that, is going to help increase his vasopressin bond for you. Because men have much more of a need for that than women do. We bond through oxytocin. Men, you need to give them a good activation of stress, activation of fight or flight, aggressiveness, in order for them to get a surge of their testosterone. And one more stress that I always encourage is allowing him to fix things for you. Now, some men are not so equipped in the fixing things department. I tend to like those men who literally know how to fix anything and everything. They can get out there and literally build a house. But that just runs in my family. But some men really are not, they've not been trained up to know how to fix, basic things in the house or on the cars. But nonetheless, if you are having an issue with your car, or you need him to build something, or maybe a purse that you broke, you need him to fix it, things like that. I don't care if you've watched 10,000 videos on YouTube on how to do these things and you've become a mastermind in that area. You can still go to him and ask him to take care of fixing that thing, building that thing, changing your oil, whatever it is, pumping your gas. Because very, very few men, even if they have not much training in that area, are going to actually turn down a woman who is asking him to do like a manly job. they would totally feel emasculated to have to turn down a lady for something like that. And trust me, I have guys in my family too who really don't know how to do most of these things because they weren't taught this growing up. It's more of like the younger ones. But they would never like turn me down if I asked because it's a more manly job, and it just would not feel right or good to say, well, I don't know how to do this, so I'm not even going to try. They would rather try it than watch me out there in my heels trying to change my oil or clean out my car. So all in all, you want to activate his hormones and stress him out femininely and playfully, and he will be able to only focus on you, because testosterone is a very laser focused hormone. And you make him or do something for him to make him remember you, then you will be all that he can think about in all the right and healthy ways.